The college basketball landscape is shifting at breakneck speed as Oklahoma State makes a massive statement in the transfer portal. The Cowgirls are officially a powerhouse in the making, landing superstar Audi Crooks to pair with fellow recruit Liv McGill. With Crooks bringing her elite scoring ability to Stillwater, Oklahoma State is setting the stage for a legitimate run at the Big 12 title and a deep tournament performance.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Down in Gainesville, the Florida Gators are dealing with major moves as center Rueben Chinyelu officially declares for the 2026 NBA Draft. While Chinyelu is testing the professional waters, he is keeping his college eligibility open, leaving fans wondering if he will return to the Florida lineup. His teammate Alex Condon certainly had a colorful reaction to the news, posting a hilarious face filter meme that has everyone talking. Michigan State is turning up the heat in the hunt for a new starting center to anchor their front court. The Spartans just wrapped up an official visit with Charleston transfer Christian Reeves, a 7'2" force who is rapidly becoming one of the most sought-after big men on the market. With Reeves now visiting Kansas as well, Tom Izzo and his staff are in a high-stakes race to secure his commitment. Finally, we are looking at the massive surge in betting-style apps that dominate the conversation during the chaos of March Madness. From the bracket-busting upsets to the constant need for real-time updates, the tournament structure keeps fans glued to their screens and their apps. If you want to keep up with these developing stories and the fast-paced world of college sports, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to stay in the loop. Ever wonder what a total roster reconstruction looks like? Well, Oklahoma State just gave us a masterclass. The Cowgirls are officially the talk of the college basketball world, and for good reason. They just pulled off the heist of the offseason by landing the undisputed queen of the transfer portal, Audi Crooks. If you thought the signing of Liv McGill was a big move, think again. Oklahoma State is going all in, and this isn't just a rebuild, it's a statement of intent to dominate the Big 12. Let's be real, watching a 6'3" powerhouse like Crooks, who averaged nearly 26 points a game last season, walk through that door is a dream scenario for Coach J.C. Hoyt. Coach Hoyt isn't mincing words either, calling Crooks an automatic bucket. And honestly, it's hard to argue with her when you look at how defenders have been scrambling to stop her for 3 years. It's a fascinating pivot for the program. After losing 9 players to the portal, you might have expected the Cowgirls to hit a rough patch, but instead, they've reloaded with 6 high-impact transfers, including stars like Tilksa Weeder and the incredibly dynamic Liv McGill. It takes a certain kind of courage for a player like Crooks, who was a local hero at Iowa State, to decide to take root in new ground for her final year. But that's the nature of the game today. It's about evolving, testing your limits, and chasing history in a new uniform. So, can this group turn these high-profile names into a cohesive championship-caliber unit by the time March rolls around? I want to hear from you. Is this the biggest transfer portal flex of the season, or are we putting too much pressure on these new faces? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the madness of the transfer era, and remember, in college sports, the grass isn't just greener on the other side. Sometimes, you have to go out and plant the garden yourself. Ever wondered how your teammates would react if you announced a life-changing career move on Instagram? Well, Florida star Alex Condon just gave us a masterclass in hilarious locker room banter. The Gators' season didn't exactly end the way anyone planned, falling in a shock second-round upset to Iowa despite a stellar year, but the off-season drama is already heating up. While Condon has locked in his return for his senior year, his teammate, the defensive force Rueben Chinyelu, has officially declared for the 2026 NBA Draft. Now here is the twist. Chinyelu is keeping his college eligibility wide open. He is testing the waters, feeling out his draft stock, but he is clearly leaving a breadcrumb trail back to Gainesville just in case. When the news hit social media, Condon didn't send a sappy, sentimental farewell post. He went straight for the memes. He dropped a face filter reaction in the comments that perfectly captured the "wait, you are leaving me?" energy that only true teammates can get away with. It is a light-hearted moment in what is otherwise a high-stakes period for the program. Chinyelu has been a monster on the boards, averaging a double-double this year, so it is no surprise the NBA is scouting him. He has come a long way from his days at the NBA Academy Africa to being a pivotal part of Florida's championship pedigree. As fans wait to see if he stays or goes, and cross their fingers that top scorer Thomas Haw returns, the Gators are in a state of total transition. What do you think? Should Chinyelu jump to the pros now, or does he have more unfinished business in college? Hit that subscribe button and let me know your take in the comments below. After all, in the world of college hoops, the roster you see today is rarely the one you get tomorrow. Is Michigan State finally finding its anchor in the paint? The Spartans are on an aggressive hunt for a starting center to dominate the 2026-27 season, and a massive new name has just entered the conversation. Michigan State just wrapped up a high-stakes visit with Christian Reeves, the 7'2", 255-pound force transferring out of Charleston. Now, if the name sounds familiar, it is because Reeves has been on quite the journey, from Oak Hill Academy to Duke, then a stint at Clemson, and eventually finding his stride at Charleston. And let me tell you, that stride was impressive. This past season, he averaged a solid 11.1 points and nearly 8 boards a game. But look closer at the finish. Over his final 14 games, he exploded, putting up over 15 points and nearly 10 rebounds every single night. That is the kind of late-season surge that screams starting caliber. However, Tom Izzo and his staff are not the only ones catching on. Reeves immediately jetted off to Kansas for a visit, proving that the nation's top programs know talent when they see it. It is a classic high-stakes recruiting battle, and for the Spartans, landing a guy with this size and late-season momentum could be the ultimate game-changer. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on all things Spartan basketball, hit that follow button on X and Facebook to stay locked into our ongoing coverage. After all, in the portal era, the roster you wake up with is never the roster you end the season with, and Reeves might just be the piece that ties it all together. Ever wonder why your phone practically burns a hole in your pocket every single March? It's not just the buzzer beaters or the heartbreak of a busted bracket, it's the way we consume sports in the modern age. During March Madness, betting-style apps stop being just tools and start feeling like the heartbeat of the tournament itself. And it's not an accident. Think about the sheer chaos of the first few rounds. You've got games tipping off constantly, upsets shifting the landscape of your bracket, and your group chat blowing up with injury updates. Because the tournament demands constant attention, these apps are designed to be right there in the flow, offering live markets and instant odds that mirror the frantic pace of the games. The American Gaming Association estimated a staggering $3.3 billion would be legally wagered on the NCAA tournaments this year. And that's just the legal side of things. But here's the interesting part. It's rarely just about the wager. Most fans start by doing their homework. They hit up info hubs like Coverscom, comparing promo codes and account terms before they ever place a bet. We've become a culture of information junkies, and when you combine that with the bracket-style structure of March Madness, you get a perfect storm. Unlike the Super Bowl, which is a one-and-done, high-intensity flash, March Madness is a marathon. It's an endurance test for your nerves that keeps you checking your phone for days on end. We see this same pattern across the board. Look at the NBA or the rapidly growing WNBA, where the lines between news, highlights, and betting odds have essentially dissolved. You're no longer just looking for a score, you're looking at player props and spread changes on the exact same screen where you're watching the clip of the dunk. It's hyper-efficient and, honestly, a little addictive. Even in places like Oregon, where rules on college betting are strict, the ecosystem of these apps remains front and center for any professional sports fan. Ultimately, as public opinion shifts, with about 60% of Americans now supporting legal professional sports betting, the line between being a spectator and being a participant continues to blur. Whether you're a diehard fan or just someone who gets pulled into the office pool once a year, the tournament is now engineered to keep you hooked. So next time you find yourself refreshing the app for the 10th time in an hour, just remember, it's not just the game you're watching, it's the thrill of the chase. What's your take? Is the integration of betting into our daily sports diet taking the fun out of the game, or is it just the new reality of being a fan? Drop a comment below, And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the way we play. Catch you in the next one.